afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Charlotte Celeste's in this week. How are your holidays?
Oh, you know, spent it sick, because that's what we do in the Celeste household.
And now she's sick of kale. This is our headline.
I'm like, you know, I've done my part. I eat kale, I have my vitamin D, my C, can't win. And I'm actually, newsflash, I'm getting sick of kale. I finally caught up with everybody else, right?
Caught up with the rest of the world.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Feel better.
Thank you.
Lots going on today. Here's what's making news. More questions raised about police pursuits after 3 people die overnight.
The devastation from Japan's deadly earthquake continues. I'm Natalie Brand with details of a plane collision linked to relief efforts.
And if your teenager wants to get a driver's license, the times have changed since COVID, and it's back to behind the wheel.
Let's take a look outside. Kind of a January day out there, isn't it? Kind of cloudy and cool and damp. New year, new season. Jacob Madison's in the backyard patio, and maybe some change coming.
Yeah, we are expected to see some snow and colder temperatures next week, but for right now and for much of this week, we are seeing some pretty calm conditions. Now, very cloudy today, and the temperatures have definitely been cold, but they've still been a little bit above average for this time of the year. Currently 29 in Madison. Now, here's a look at the temperatures across Dane County. A few areas got into the lower 30s and currently are sitting there, and a few places near Iowa have actually gotten above freezing. But for the most part, you know, we're in the upper 20s to lower 30s range. Now, as we look at the current wind speeds, just a little bit of a breeze for some locations, 13 miles per hour in Monroe. Overall, not too bad, though. Now, here's a look at future track. We're going to continue to see cloud cover throughout the night, and as we head towards tomorrow morning, we could see a few flurries. But a better chance of flurries will come during the afternoon tomorrow, but we certainly aren't going to see any accumulation. But don't be surprised if you see some on and off light snow during the afternoon tomorrow before skies begin to clear up by the time we get to the overnight hours. Now, here's a look at the evening forecast. We are going to see cloud cover continue, maybe a few breaks in the clouds during the early evening, but more clouds will develop overnight, and we'll see low temperatures in the upper 20s, so the temperatures are not going to fall all that much. Now, I talked about briefly that we do have a good chance of snow next week, and we actually have an alert day for the likelihood of accumulating snow. Now, the full forecast on that coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. 3 people are dead after a crash in Cottage Grove last night that stemmed from a police chase that started in Monona.
The incident is bringing to light policies around police chases in the area. Our Maddie Himes set out to learn more today and joins us live from the Monona Police Department. Maddie?
Yeah, this may have been the first police chase of the year, but it joins a number of similar incidents seen in 2023 that brought police chase policies into question. We dug into the Monona Police Department's vehicle pursuit policy, which authorizes officers to pursue when they have reason to believe the suspect is attempting to evade arrest. But some agencies like the Dane County Sheriff's Office have more restrictive policies, saying pursuits should only be used if it's more dangerous to let the suspect go free. I spoke with law enforcement training expert Brian Landers about why there are differences in police chase policies.
Generally speaking, policies are in place to guide an officer's performance. The first thing that's going to take into consideration is usually the type of crime that is committed. A minor traffic violation generally is not going to either allow or permit an agency to pursue compared to something that would be more serious.
Last night's incident is being investigated by the State Department of Justice. The DOJ says the chase started when Monona officers spotted what they called a suspicious vehicle, but otherwise didn't provide much information about the case. Coming up at 5, we'll hear more about why Landers says pursuit policies are reflective of departments and communities as a whole. Reporting live in Monona, I'm Maddie Himes, News 3 Now.
Former President Donald Trump has asked a Maine court to overturn the Secretary of State's decision to remove him from the 2024 primary ballot because of his role in the January 6th U.S. Capitol insurrection. But here in Madison, there were no objections to placing Trump on Wisconsin's April 2nd presidential primary during a special meeting today. The Presidential Preference Selection Committee, made up of legislators and leaders from both the state Democratic and Republican parties, opted not to discuss a petition to keep Trump off the ballot. The Republican delegation named 6 candidates, including Trump. The Democratic delegation named only one candidate, President Joe Biden, opting to leave long shot challengers Marianne Williamson and Representative Dean Phillips of Minnesota off. Candidates not approved have until January 30th to file a petition to appear on the primary ballot.
In Iowa, Republican voters will gather in less than 2 weeks to caucus for their presidential candidates. Republican presidential hopefuls are crisscrossing Iowa looking for any voter who may still be undecided less than 2 weeks from caucus night. The latest state polls still show Trump with a commanding lead, but some voters there have doubts.
I don't think he would actually care about policies and helping the nation and the people of this country. I think it would just be him getting back at the people that he feels did him wrong.
The race for second place seems much tighter. DeSantis and Ramaswamy have poured significant campaign time and resources into Iowa, both visiting all 99 counties in the state. Haley and Christie are focusing their efforts this week on New Hampshire, where they're garnering more support in the latest polling. The Granite State hosts the first in the nation GOP primary on January 23rd. At least 5 people are dead in Japan after a devastating collision involving a Coast Guard aircraft and a passenger plane at Tokyo's Haneda Airport.
The Coast Guard aircraft was carrying relief supplies to quake victims in Japan's northwest coast. At least 55 people were killed after the powerful 7.6 magnitude earthquake hit Monday. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
A Japan Airlines A350 burst into flames at Tokyo's Haneda Airport on Monday. The plane had just arrived from northern Japan with 379 passengers and crew on board when it collided with a Japanese Coast Guard aircraft. Video from inside the cabin shows smoke inside. Moments before evacuation chutes deployed and all of the people on board the plane were able to escape to safety. But 5 members of the Japanese Coast Guard crew who were on their way to provide earthquake relief to people on Japan's northwest coast were killed. A Weather Service camera recorded the start of the magnitude 7.6 quake that destroyed homes, shook railway stations, and even rattled stones at this ancient shrine Monday. American Daniel Smith was there.
It just started very slowly. And everybody kind of left it off. You know, they thought, this is kind of humorous, you know, on New Year's Day. And then it was just a violent shaking. I mean, violent shaking.
With the threat of a tsunami now over, Japan's nuclear authority said its reactors are all fine. But large areas of the Noto Peninsula have been devastated, and mudslides and damaged roads are complicating efforts to find people who may still be trapped under the rubble. Officials are now warning residents to stay away from their homes, with more quakes still possible over the next few days. Natalie Brand, CBS News.
Hamas's number 2 political leader has been killed in an apparent Israeli strike in the Lebanese capital of Beirut. Saleh Arori, who was the most senior Hamas figure killed since the war with Israel began, was also a founder of the group's military wing. His death could provoke major retaliation by Lebanon's powerful Hezbollah militia. The strike hit an apartment in a building in the Shiite district of Beirut that's also a Hezbollah stronghold, and Hezbollah leaders have vowed to strike back against any Israeli targeting of Palestinian officials in Lebanon.
The president of Harvard University has resigned amid plagiarism accusations and criticism over testimony at a congressional hearing. Claudine Gay said at that hearing she was unable to say unequivocally that calls on campus for the genocide of Jews would violate the school's conduct policy. Gay announced her departure, which came just months into her tenure, in a letter to the Harvard community. She and the presidents of MIT and the University of Pennsylvania came under fire last month for their lawyerly answers to a line of questioning whether calling for the genocide of Jews would violate the college's code of conduct. The names of people associated with late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein could be unsealed within days.
As CBS News correspondent Nancy Chen reports, some powerful people could be named in court documents.
Nearly 4.5 years after Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in a New York federal prison, names of Epstein's associates, employees, and alleged victims are expected to be unsealed in court documents related to a 2015 settled civil suit involving Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence for helping Epstein groom and sexually abuse underage girls. Maxwell and Epstein have been accused of running a sex trafficking operation. In 2020, alleged Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre told Gayle King she believed Maxwell likely had incriminating information on high-profile people.
People like who? People well-known names?
Very well-known names. The government officials, the politicians, the royalty.
Giuffre accused Epstein and Maxwell of sex trafficking her to Britain's Prince Andrew when she was 17. He denied her allegations, and they settled out of court in 2022. Former President Bill Clinton, who has never been accused of any wrongdoing connected to Epstein, could also be named in the unsealed documents. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman says this is believed to be the final document dump related to Epstein.
I think it's highly significant for documents to be unsealed so that the complete story of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell can be made public. We need to know, as members of the public who have an interest in keeping women and young girls, children, safe from predators.
We reached out to a representative for former President Clinton who pointed us to a statement from 2019 that said he knows nothing about Epstein's crimes. The judge in this case did allow anyone who did not want to be named to come forward and petition the court to keep their name a secret. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Well, beginning this week, all 16 and 17-year-olds in Wisconsin will once again be required to take a road test to get their driver's license.
The pandemic-era policy that allowed parents to let their kids skip that road test has now expired. Kyle Pozorski spoke with the driving instructor today about this change.
Charlotte and Mark, what happens is those drivers who were maybe less prepared and getting waivers signed off by parents, they will now be held to more scrutiny by the DMV. Teens aged 16 and 17 now need to get behind the wheel with a DMV examiner to get approval to drive. Dave Gratz of the Oregon Area Driving School tells me passing those road tests is just another part in making sure teens are actually ready to drive.
We don't teach to pass the road test. We teach to be safe drivers. If you're a safe driver and do what we instruct you with, the road test is easy.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation's pilot program allowing parents to sign off on their kids instead of passing a road test was put in place in May of 2020. At the time, it was called innovative by the DOT, but was not permanently implemented by the legislature. The state agency cited a backlog during the height of the pandemic as the reason for the waivers. A representative with the DOT tells me more than 170,000 waivers were authorized by parents or guardians during the course of the pilot program.
That's a lot of waivers. Kyle, thank you very much. Well, are you looking for something to watch going into the new year?
Then stay tuned because film critic Will Loper has some suggestions for your viewing pleasure. That's when Live at 4 continues.
The bag is back at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag, from household items and pet toys to power tools and even your favorite snacks. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. This deal won't last long. Hurry in to get your bag and see how much you can save. Sale ends January 14th.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you searching for a fresh career? Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour, plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. After a year of explosive growth in the use of artificial intelligence, security experts warn the United States is facing increasing hacking threats from criminals and foreign governments in 2024, a crucial election year.
On CBS Morning, Sean Henry, a former FBI executive assistant director and now security chief at CrowdStrike, said that AI has been able to overcome some online security systems from gaining access into corporate networks. It's also being used to spread misinformation through the creation of videos, audio, and text files that seem believable.
People always have to look at the source of information. You can't just look at something and accept it as true. You've got to verify where it came from. Who's telling this story? What is their motivation? And can you verify it through multiple sources?
On a positive note, he adds that he does not think AI is a major threat to voting machines, mostly because the U.S. election system is not centralized and has wide variations state to state on the way people vote.
It was a mixed first trading day of the year on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 25 points, but the Nasdaq fell 245 points as Apple stocks took a tumble. The S&P 500 was off 27 points. Well, the long holiday weekend was sweet at the nation's box office.
Here's film critic Will Loper with the numbers and suggestions for what to watch.
Turns out moviegoers were in the mood for something sweet as Wonka wins the New Year's weekend box office, making $29 million over the 4 days.
You see, I'm something of a magician. Prepare to be amazed.
Tape out. The musical about the candy maker's beginnings, starring Timothée Chalamet, has proven to be a moneymaker as the film has made nearly $400 million globally so far. The sequel, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, floundered at sea, only making $29 million over the 4 days.
I cannot believe you let this happen.
Currently playing in limited release is the film American Fiction.
Monk, your books are good, but they're not popular. Editors, they want a black book.
They have a black book. I'm black, and it's my book.
You know what I mean.
Cord Jefferson writes and directs the film based on the 2001 novel Erasure.
Look at what they published. Look at what they expect us to write.
I just want to rub their noses in it.
Jeffrey Wright stars as Thelonious Monk, a novelist who, one frustrated night, writes a stereotypical black narrative and suddenly finds publishers scrambling to pay far more money than they did for any of his other books.
We sold your book. No.
We believe Mr. Lee has written a bestseller.
It's a joke. The most lucrative joke you've ever told.
The film perfectly combines humor and social satire, and the always excellent Jeffrey Wright finally gets the leading role he deserves.
People want to love you, Monk. You should let them love all of you.
Wright has already garnered a Critics' Choice and Globe nomination. Expect an Oscar nom headed his way, too. American Fiction is absolutely worth seeing.
They're offering $4 million for the movie rights.
Yes!
On video-on-demand platforms, new to rent or buy is the film Dream Scenario.
You've been on my mind recently. Yeah? Because you keep popping up in my dreams. You don't do anything, you're just there.
Nicolas Cage plays a professor who inextricably begins appearing in other people's dreams.
Like 100 messages. Somebody wants to interview me.
This is strange. Maybe you should take a minute and think before you do anything drastic.
Cage turns in one of the best performances of his career as his life continues to get turned upside down.
Dad, please help me!
I'm not actually doing anything to them.
And he's perfectly suited to the offbeat, awkward humor the film conveys.
Maybe we should cool this thing off.
What?
The film doesn't quite stick the landing, with the second half not matching the brilliance of the first half. But Dream Scenario is still worth seeing and is available to rent on digital platforms now.
Guess I'll see you in my dreams.
Yeah. Of course not.
And over on streaming services, newly streaming on Netflix is the docuseries You Are What You Eat, a twin experiment.
I've tested many diets over the years looking for the healthiest ones. A major challenge in nutrition studies is everyone is unique and responds differently to the same food. So what if we...
An experiment takes twins and has one eat a vegan diet and the other an omnivore diet.
So we get to see if it's about your greens, not your genes.
And the Wisconsin version of the show will have one twin eating the cheese curd diet.
Look at you all.
I can see some differences just by looking at you.
We actually Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
I could taste the kale now.
See, kale. Mix it with cheese curds and it's magical.
That looks great.
No, that does look really good.
Very interested to see that. All right, the floats that they parade down the Rose Parade route are always impressive.
And there was one this year that was impressive and inspirational. We'll have that story coming up after Jacob's chilly forecast.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This year, we're doubling down on new at Bob's.
So happy new year.
Nice.
I've got new styles like my Dylan sectional. New ways to recharge with my Tuxedo Motion sofa. New mattresses for a new lease on life. New colors and new everyday low prices. My Calvin bedroom is just $7.99. I've even got a new look.
Same look.
But it's fresh. When you can have a new year for less, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Well, take a look at this, shall we? The parades come in all shapes and sizes, and in Richmond, Virginia, it's no different. Well, just a little bit different, okay? Traffic along the main drag was stopped due to a group of cones, but not just your ordinary cones. This was the 16th annual Cone Parade, 16 years of really rich tradition. Organizers of the parade say the event is about harnessing good energy, since cones are powerful symbols of energy in sacred geometry. So now you know there's cone power.
It's pronounced cane.
Yes, it is pronounced cane.
I have some sacred energy of my own,
Yes,
to talk
yes,
about.
you do.
January 12th, next Friday, will be my last day on the air here at Channel 3. Not entirely my decision, but it's come to that, and we're going to celebrate next week once Susan is back, so I just wanted to get that out there in case you missed it on Facebook or other social media platforms. So a week from Friday, 46 years.
You heard it here from the horse's mouth, right?
I can predict that with 100% accuracy.
Yes, unlike the forecast, although we do have a good idea that there will likely be some accumulating snow. I'll have the full forecast right after the break, but congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much.
We're back after this.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Do you feel stuck in a cold and drafty home? Well, there's a better solution than just turning up the heat. Because heating your home is by far the most expensive part of your energy bills. At USA Insulation, we fix cold homes. Most houses are built with builder's grade insulation. So when we fill your walls with our high efficiency foam, your house stays warm without turning up the heat, which saves you a lot of money. And right now, we can insulate your home for as little as $99 per month.
USA Insulation.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Are you searching for a fresh career? Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the rest of the week and the beginning of next. We are going to be fairly dry for this week through the weekend, and we also are going to see temperatures be relatively steady. They're going to remain in the upper 30s, maybe upper 20s. But then next week, Monday, Tuesday, and possibly even into Wednesday, we do expect to see that winter storm move through our area. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, let me talk about the potential for some flurries that we could possibly see tonight and tomorrow. Now, right now, we aren't seeing anything on radar, but we do expect to see very light snow later in the night. But don't worry, we certainly aren't going to see any accumulation. But some of that light snow will develop around the morning and especially continue during the afternoon. Could see a few pockets of more moderate snow, but at most we'll see a dusting. This is not going to be a huge issue, and it may continue into the evening, but by Wednesday night we should see the snow clear out of our area, and then especially by Thursday morning. Now here's a look at the system we expect to see next week. So this is Sunday evening. Really not going to see anything until then other than those flurries tomorrow. And here's a look at the timing, at least what the timing looks like right now. So it looks like it will move into our area somewhere in late Monday, maybe afternoon, but more likely towards the evening and overnight. And because temperatures will be right around freezing, we may start out as rain, but we will likely transition to all snow by the time we get to Tuesday morning. And it does look like the best chance for accumulating snow will be Tuesday morning, maybe into Tuesday afternoon before it clears out of the area by Tuesday night. And we do have the alert day put out because we do expect to see some accumulating snow, and we expect to see some windy conditions. Now, as far as specific amounts, that is still very uncertain. It's still pretty far out, but we do expect to see at least a few inches. Definitely stay updated for more details, and we will provide them as they come. Now, here's a look at the forecast for tonight. Lows will be in the upper 20s. Not going to see the temperatures drop all that much. And for tomorrow, they're not going to rise all that much either. Typically, that happens with very cloudy skies. We'll have highs in the lower 30s. The rest of the week does look to be pretty calm. We'll have highs right around 30, lower 30s, maybe even up to the middle 30s by the weekend. We also have a few chances of flurries over the weekend, but it'll be similar to the chance of flurries tonight and tomorrow before that system moves in late Monday and Tuesday. And it also will likely get colder after that system, with the highs in the 20s and lows possibly in the teens. And we also are going to continue to see the breezy weather through the middle of next week. So it is possible we could see those wind chills back in the single digits, if not below 0. So next week in general looks to be a lot more active, and definitely stay updated. Download our weather app for up-to-date details on next week's system.
Okay.
We got a live one over here.
All right. It is time to introduce you to our pet of the week, and we have got Copper.
Copper wants to make his own announcements, apparently.
Copper is the cutest, was a Beagle Hound mix.
Yes. So he recently came to our shelter, and he's almost 2 months.
You feed him, I'll hold him.
Yeah, okay.
And he's super cute, adorable, was giving me lots of kisses. He's teething a little bit, so we've got some appropriate toys. Here we go. And apparently he's treat motivated.
Yeah, just a little bit. Well, you know what? Aren't we all? Oh,
it's
my
the holidays.
Goodness. So, what the ideal family?
Someone who's looking to raise a puppy.
I mean, this is like brand spanking new here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're in it.
He needs to go potty training, learn where to go, learn what appropriate items to chew on, so he's not chewing up all your furniture or your pillows and other items. Learning, you know, how to sit and how to behave, puppy manners, not jumping on people.
Has been around other animals already?
He apparently was in a house that had cats.
Okay.
And they said he was doing okay, but you know.
Yeah, you still need that.
You still need to monitor.
Hi, kiss.
Oh, lots of kisses.
Thank you.
Lots of kisses.
Thank you for the kisses.
You know.
Oh, yes.
You know Uncle Mark needs a little love, right? Yeah.
Speaking of training.
We offer dog training classes, and it's not just for DCHS alumni.
Okay.
It's open to everyone who
Oh,
has a
do
dog.
tell.
So from your young puppies all the way to 6 months and older, there's quite the variety, from puppy preschool to puppy kindergarten, and then good dog fundamentals. We're offering a few classes on, it used to just be once a week for 6 weeks for some of these classes. We've opened a few of them up to offering a different day, an additional day. So it's opening up to more people. And then we have a new puppy class that we're starting this year.
Oh, okay.
I think I got a candidate for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, up to
Okay.
8 months where we're working on positive socialization, because making socialization positive for puppies is really, really beneficial to their growth process.
And you can teach an old dog new tricks, too.
You can. You totally can. So obviously he doesn't know sit yet.
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
We'll work
One
on
thing
it.
at a time.
And the great thing about our new puppy socialization class is that it's 1 day for 1 hour on a Saturday. And you just pay
Perfect.
the $40
Okay.
fee, and you can come as often as you like, but you don't have to commit to like a multi-week.
Now, as far as talking about fees, if somebody wants to, you know, maybe take a visit with Copper here and then maybe take him home, what are we talking?
So he's probably going to be around the $450 range
Okay.
plus tax, but that includes all of his shots are going to be up to date. He's going to be neutered. He's going to have his dewormer, flea tick medication. So you get everything covered. He'll be microchipped. So the fee includes all of that.
And he is available now.
He's going to be available once we get back to the
Really?
shelter.
Oh, so this is your
boy.
first opportunity right
This is his
here.
debut right here.
Oh, how wonderful. You're going to get a home, sweetheart. I know you will. I know you will.
Last time you were here, a few weeks ago, Jimmy Bob.
He's been adopted.
Of course. Of course.
He's very similar. I mean, could do a split,
taller.
split screen here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're interested in adopting Copper, checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org.
Oh, thank you very
Lisa,
much for
thank you.
bringing in this lover. We needed him today.
Well, we needed a happy new year, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sure do.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Next, a special float and the artist who wanted to give back. That's after the break.
And then at 5, the UW men's basketball team. Oh, I know. Big Ten season gets underway tonight, Copper. Sports director Zach Hanley will have a preview from the Kohl Center at the top of the hour.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. Options start at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-914-3131 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-914-3131. There's no risk or obligation. 1-800-914-3131. Call now.
New at 5, driving tests are back to the basics. Wisconsin student drivers need to head to the DMV to get their licenses. We check out how this change will impact our roads.
Temperatures will seem more like that of winter, although it won't be too cold. There'll be some chances for flurries, but a winter storm early next week means an alert day is in the forecast. At 5, I'll let you know what to expect from the storm.
And ahead at 6, a police chase turns fatal in Monona. 3 lives lost and an investigation underway. We dive into the department's policies and training for pursuits tonight at 6.
Give you the Satellite spin. We end up in Baltimore. Look at that. Never been to Baltimore, have you?
I have not either.
I've been to the airport.
Same. I probably saw you there.
43 degrees there right now. At this year's Tournament of Roses Parade, a special float honored organ donors and recipients.
CBS's Danya Backus introduces us to a hip-hop artist who has benefited greatly and has given back in return.
Among the bands and floats at this year's Tournament of Roses Parade was hip-hop artist Freeway.
We still hustle till the sun come up.
The rapper was boosted to stardom in the early 2000s as a member of Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records. But at the parade, he was recognized for something other than his music.
When I was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure back in September 2015, instead of hiding what I was going through from the world, we immediately stood in front of it.
I miss the hood when I'm traveling.
Freeway, whose real name is Leslie Pridgeon, received a life-saving kidney transplant in 2019 after spending 4 years on dialysis. In 2020, when his son Jihad died unexpectedly, the family made the decision to pay it forward.
That moment when they came to me in the hospital and asked me and my family, will we let him be an organ donor? It meant everything to me because I know what it felt like. I was on dialysis for 4 years, so I know what it feels like to wait for a life-sustaining kidney. So it was no question.
Jihad's donation saved 4 lives. He and other organ, eye, and tissue donors were honored on the One Legacy Donate Life float with a fluorograph.
The experience was breathtaking.
While his passion is still music, Freeway says advocacy is now his purpose. Monday, he rode on the float beside his son's image with other transplant recipients, honoring the donor who saved his life and uplifting the memory of his son who saved others. Danya Backus, CBS News, Pasadena, California.
The One Legacy float won the Judges Award for dramatic impact. Freeway has also started the Freedom Thinkers Academy to raise awareness in music, health, and education.
Giving back. That's what it's all about.
It is.
Up next, Dr. Jeff Potoff joins us for his weekly visit.
If it seems like everyone is sick right now, it's because we probably are. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Portage Furniture Store, your forever furniture store. Mr. Aaron Ayers, what does that mean?
Welcome back, Emmy. Yes, when we talk about forever furniture, we talk about generation-lasting, heirloom-quality custom furniture. Case in point, we live it every day. My wife and I, we have a chair in our home that my grandfather sold to my wife's grandparents. Generation-lasting, third-generation-lasting furniture.
Long, long before you and Jen had met. That's an incredible story.
We find love at Portage Furniture.
He can promise that right there. And still free delivery, amazing service from your crew.
We talk about it all the time, the best in the business. Bring it in, set it up for you, move it left, move it right. They are the best.
They're going to take care of you. And it looks like the 4th generation, they're just swooping right in. They're making some decisions here, Aaron.
They're trying to kick us out the door as quick as they can. They're anxious and they're ready to go.
Kenley, are you ready to work in the store someday?
Yeah, I was born ready.
That a girl. High five. We've all had those moments in businesses where you see the salesperson come at you and you're like, oh man, I haven't even had a second to look. Except that doesn't happen when you come to Portage Furniture.
That's right. Really, it's a pressure-free environment. Really no pressure at all. We like the customers to be able to get a chance to look around, to really sit down on the furniture, to lay down on the mattresses, to really, again, have the no pressure atmosphere here at the store.
Absolutely. But they also know their stuff. So when you're ready, when you need them, when you have the questions for them, they're going to be here and they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. You know, our staff and our salespeople are very well knowledgeable and they know the product and everything too. So any questions, they're here for you.
From the entire Portage Furniture family, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways.
energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Stella uses AT&T. Abby has Spectrum One. With AT&T, Stella pays $110 a month for her internet and mobile.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
Abby saves big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store to get Spectrum One.
It's time for your first warn traffic. Overall, pretty green across Madison. Not really seeing any slowdowns anywhere. Green in the Beltline, both directions. Green on the interstate. A few minor slowdowns within the closer to the downtown area, but nothing dramatic at this hour. Now, looking at the interstate going further south towards Janesville, we are green in both directions. 70 miles per hour specifically in both directions. That's also the case up north as you head towards the Dells, looking at speeds around 70 miles per hour. Looking at specific times, green in both directions on the Beltline, right around 15 minutes. Also green Sun Prairie to downtown, and also in that other direction, it's green. So at this point, pretty much you can say that there's not really any traffic out there. And that's your first warn traffic.
A Connecticut couple had an exciting start to the new year when their twins were born just minutes apart, but in separate years. The couple welcomed a baby boy, 7, at 11:59 p.m. on December 31st. He was the last baby born at that hospital in 2023. Then baby girl Sully was born just minutes after midnight on January 1st and was the hospital's first baby born in 2024.
So when is the birthday?
It's going to have to be both.
Both? Two?
Yeah.
One after another?
One after the other. You know, double days. Why not? Take advantage of it.
Well, does it seem like everyone you know is sick right now? 'Tis the sneezing.
COVID is still the #1 culprit when it comes to hospitalizations.
But take your pick when it comes to all the other respiratory illnesses. Everybody else. Dr. Jeff Potoff is here with his weekly visit. We're seeing an uptick in a lot of things.
In all of them. COVID's been up for a little while. We're still seeing that, hospitalizations from COVID. But now you had influenza came on pretty strong, and RSV is right behind it. So any of the three you could have right now, they're all in the community at pretty high levels.
But the pediatric RSV seems to be sending a lot of kids to the hospital.
Yeah, common for RSV, especially for very young kids, to get sent to the hospital. Now, thankfully, most of those kids do pretty well. Even if they get admitted, not too many get really sick. But it is that time of year where even with RSV, we're starting to see some of those hospitalizations.
I know people are probably tired of hearing this. We sound like a broken record, but I feel like we are in the thick of winter. Like the cold really got here now. The snow is blanketing and keeping that all secure. What do we have to do? I mean, I had a sick child and I got it. Now I got my Z-Pack. What can we do? Like I told Mark, there's only so much kale, vitamin C, and vitamin D I can do, right?
Absolutely.
So what do we do?
Yeah, it's a few things, and it's stuff we've talked about before. So one is really good hand washing. Lots of times we got runny noses, we're coughing, we're sneezing. These viruses, these droplets that they're in, they get on our hands. We touch things, and that's just like a trap for the next person to touch it, and now they've got what you've got. Likewise, you know, guarding those sneezes, those coughs, make sure they don't get out there. The big thing, which is the hardest thing to do, because everyone is so busy, like we have to go to work, we have things we want to go to, but if you're sick, don't go out there and like leave your germs for everyone else. That's how we have these respiratory seasons kind of heat up like that. Those things can sometimes be difficult, but if we can do those things, we will decrease transmission. If you're elderly or if you've got comorbid conditions, a mask at this time of year is not a bad idea, just to prevent yourself from getting one of these diseases where you might get more sick than say the average person.
Is it too late to get vaccinated?
Never too late, but right now you're kind of behind the 8 ball because the viruses are out there in such high numbers. You might get vaccinated, you might actually run into RSV, influenza before you actually have that immunity kick on. So if you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated, but not as ideal right now.
18% of the population in the U.S. got the new COVID booster.
Yeah.
Just 18%.
And we're worried about this because we haven't had a whole lot of COVID over the last several months. So folks who maybe had COVID last year or last winter, their immunity is waning at this point. So when they get COVID, they can get a little bit more sick than they would have if they had been vaccinated or if they had had COVID recently. So So if you haven't been vaccinated against COVID in a while, and you haven't had COVID in a while, that booster will really do a nice job of keeping severe disease away.
You know, we're talking about like respiratory stuff, and I'm thinking lungs. Is there a new inhaler coming out?
This
like,
one's
what
actually,
is this?
it's really tricky. So Flovent has been out there for forever. For reasons that would make it financially not great for GlaxoSmithKline to keep it as a brand name, they're going to switch it to a generic. But what that means is that formularies, so your pharmacy benefit, needs to catch up to that change, or when you go to fill your Flovent, it will look as if you got it and it's not a covered benefit. So if you are on Flovent, it will be available as a generic. It's not going away. But if you get, you know, a bill or you're charged, you know, $150 or $200 for that prescription, know that that's probably your formulary not catching up to the change that's been made. It shouldn't cost you that much. So talk to your insurance company, that pharmacy benefit, make sure they've got a plan for this change that's happening right now.
So make sure you go proactive on this.
I think so. Or if you get a bill, don't be like, well, it looks like this medicine just got a whole lot more expensive. It's probably this kind of mistake of the formulary not catching up with the change that the manufacturer made.
So the actual inhaler, the ingredients is not changing.
Identical.
Identical.
It's just going from brand to generic, and the formulary has to catch up with that.
Okay.
All right. Well, Happy New Year to us all.
You bet.
Here's to better breathing.
That's right.
Okay,
Doctor,
you.
thanks for being with us. Yep. See you next time, and we'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. Now, we know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Start the new year up right and save big money at Menards from ceiling to floor. Find your style with over 90 in-stock Patriot Lighting pendants on sale. They add beauty and elegance to your home. Get this Ashton mini pendant now for just $59.99. Finish your renovation with new vinyl floors. Super fast vinyl plank flooring is waterproof and easy to install with attached pad for extra comfort and sound absorption. It's just $259 per square foot now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
New at 5, driving tests are back to the basics. Out with the COVID-era waivers. Wisconsin student drivers need to head to the DMV to get their licenses. We check out how this change will impact our roads. That's coming up next.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
Here's a final look at your forecast. Going to be fairly calm this week, just a few small chances of flurries, one being tomorrow and then again Friday night with Saturday and Sunday. We're also seeing some small chances of flurries. By the time we get to next work week, though, we do have the alert day for Tuesday as we're going to see a strong system move across the Midwest, likely going to impact our area Monday night into Tuesday, but there's still a lot of uncertainty about the track of the system and how much snow we could see. We also are expecting to see the temperatures fall after the system with highs in the 20s and lows in the teens. So in general, next week, the pattern will shift to a little bit more active, even if we don't see, a ton of snow on Monday or Tuesday.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Tomorrow on Live at 4, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company answers your emailed plant questions.
And Consumer Reports kicks off the new year with its best buys for the month of January. That's coming up tomorrow here on Live at 4.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Select Quote. We shop, you save.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen teamed up again to usher in the new year on CNN.
Things were going okay until the duo interviewed recording artist John Mayer, who was live in Tokyo at a Japanese cat cafe.
John,
I'm here with
John,
Shin and 5 other proprietors of the bar.
talk to me about this bar. You're in the bar, and there are cats everywhere. They are licking each other.
There are cats.
Yes.
Yes, this is This is a place you can come, enjoy a drink or two, and talk to cats. It's a cat bar. I mean, I don't know how much more clear I can be about the objective of this place.
John, you are in Tokyo,
I can't see
Japan.
Anderson, but I know exactly what he looks like. Yes.
Yes, you
I'm in
do.
Tokyo.
Yes, you do. He's gone. He's off with the fairies.
Oh my gosh.
Bottle that laugh.
Wow.
Wow. Every time I watch it.
That's my first time. My first time. I gotta go, now I'm gonna YouTube that sucker.
All right, that's our time for now. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.
You sure will.
News Now at 5 starts right now.